Hello, YouTube friends.
Hello.
It's election day here in the Philippines, and it's a good day to stay in unless you're voting. It's probably the safest place to be, especially later on this evening after the results come in. Do they come in today?
Tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be out and about because there can be some danger lurking if the losers are unhappy. They like to retaliate, and it's just better to stay in on election day.
Crowded too in the street too. Just stay in.
And we have no particular place to go tonight that's that imperative, so we're going to stay home. And today we tried to do a live streaming on the internet, which 4 or 5 of you found out.
I think 7.
Yeah, 7. Yeah, apparently we have 2 weeks of internet here, I guess, is a problem. The video didn't come through and the audio wasn't very good. So we've got to try to work on that some more and try to see if we can get it to improve. Otherwise, we just do videos like this.
Well, that was our first time doing the live stream today. So it's kind of, I have a little headache. Keep doing it for an hour. But it's still bad. The camera won't come out and the audio is bad. So I think I have to study more on that one or just don't do it. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't really bad. It was just a disaster. No, it was.
Sorry about that. That was embarrassing here.
Yeah, well, we're learning as we go. But we have learned quite a bit so far on editing and everything else you do so well. So don't sweat it. It's just another little thing you have to figure it out. So sorry for you guys that had to endure it. But we're going to talk about our plans for the Philippines, how long we plan to stay here. Our plans have changed a little bit from what our original intentions were. So what do you think? How long do you want to stay?
Yeah, we cannot stay long over here because of my permanent green card status. Because if we'll stay here longer than 6 months, my green card, I'll be in trouble over there in America. So, yeah.
Well, we were in the States towards the end of last year. We just figured we'd book the tickets for 5.5 months. And we really didn't have any reason for what we picked 5.5 months. We just thought that would be more than long enough, at least to figure out if we want to stay even and extend. We got tickets that were extendable. So we just figured that would be a good number. But as it turns out, it was a kind of a critical number because immigration has a rule that if you're on the 10-year green card and if you want to apply for citizenship, you can't have been out of the country more than 6 months before you apply for that citizenship for the United States. And we have debated back and forth whether to even file for permanent, citizenship. And the other option would have been just to keep renewing the 10-year green card, which is a very popular option. A lot of people, especially live in Mexico and, around the world, actually. A lot of them don't want to give up their homeland citizenship for very serious reasons because when you do give up your citizenship in the United States, you lose your rights to own property. So the only way you can regain those rights is to, once you become a citizen of the United States, then you have to go and apply for dual citizenship of the Philippines, and then you're able to reclaim your rights to own land. And but you have limited rights to this size, and they have a lot of rules for owning property in the Philippines. But it's an ordeal to reclaim your citizenship and to, again, regain your rights. But one of the rights that we were concerned with was the balikbayan rights, that if you were to give up your Philippine citizenship and then become a U.S. citizen, that when we came to the Philippines, you would lose the balikbayan privileges, which allows her entire family, like me and Brianna, to stay an entire year. But we have subsequently found out that we don't lose those rights. So that's one good thing that we don't have to be concerned with.
Yeah, so that's the thing right now, because I'm a permanent resident over there in America. So I have to stay over there more than I stay right here in Philippines. because I'll be in trouble.
Yeah, apparently it's that last 5 years before you decide to apply for U.S. citizenship, they want to see what your intent is. They actually, it sounds like to me like they want everybody to own a home, get a job, work in the same place. They don't want you moving around a lot, especially anywhere out of the country, even on short trips. So I don't really like that aspect of it. It's like they want you to be a slave or a nationalist. I don't like to the point where you are restricted. I don't really like that portion of it.
Yeah, for me, it's really nice over here in Philippines because it's really easy life and everything is really simple and easy.
Well, we are going to, at this point, we're going to go ahead and use our tickets that we initially booked, return tickets for July 10th, and we'll be back in San Francisco then. And we'll carry on from there and decide if we're going to just comply with the 10-year rules, 10-year green card rules, and then apply for another 10 years, or if we are indeed going to work on your U.S. citizenship and be done with it. One advantage to being done with it once and for all is that we can leave the country and travel around the world more freely, because the U.S. passport is more accepted and more privileged than the Philippine one, which is really good for, it's okay for, good for Asia and for certain parts around the world, but it's not the best for traveling if you want to really travel. And the other thing that kind of disturbs me about the requirements of the U.S. is that they when you're older and you want to retire, and when you're retired and you want to travel and do what you want, they really put these screws to you, the rules that they want you to be a hardworking American and stay here and don't travel and don't be free. Where we really do honestly look at ourselves more as world citizens, and we both have feelings of and ties to our countries, but still the way the world is getting smaller by the day, we really are world citizens, and we don't like that being confined and told what to do, that's not cool, man. That's just not cool. So we're going to comply with their rules, and we'll take it from there, and we'll just deal with it as it comes. But we really wanted to put Brianna into a better school over here than what we'll find in the United States, a nice school we showed in one of our earlier videos.
Yeah, the Catholic
they're so much safer, and they are parent friendly. They're not like little prison camps like the public schools are in America. They're just not friendly educational places. So I don't want to get into dogging on it, but I really have a distaste for the public schools in America, and I've let that. I'm not afraid to hide those feelings, because everything I say is true.
Yeah, so
I know about it firsthand. So
I can be apply a U.S. citizen, and after that I'm going to apply the Filipino citizen, the dual, or I can just go ahead and extend it for 10 years, renew it to 10 years, or I can get the 2 years document to stay outside the country.
Yeah, one of the options is, if you want to just continue your 10-year green card and renewing it, is that you can apply for a 2-year extension to stay out of the country. And one of the reasons for that might be because you have sick family overseas, or aging family members like parents, or that you want to send your kid to a particular school overseas. These are reasons we would use, because her mom and dad are getting older, and also Brianna would do better over here in school. So if we do take that route, then we'll be free for 2 years to do what we want to do. But we always have that hanging over our head, about coming back to the States. So they don't disrespect the fact that you're just married to an American, and you have a child born in America, like we do Brianna. She's born in America. That's not enough. They want to apply these other restrictions. So that,
or if you don't like any rules, just give up your green card.
Yeah, a lot of people are denouncing the United States because they just don't want to have nothing to do with it anymore. So I mean, there are people like that, believe it or not. It's not everybody needs to go there and work and make money. They have ways to survive in their own countries, and they're happy. So
I was thinking about it to give up my green card, but I was thinking also that it's really hard to get, and a lot of people wants to get it, wants to go over there and get a green card. But yeah, I have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, those people are usually the younger ones that are like in their 20s and 30s that really want to exploit the labor in America and the wages so they can send money back home to their countries anyway, which most of them do. The most notorious is Mexico, but they all do it. China and Asia, all throughout Asia and all over the world. They go to America to work and then they send their money back home to their family members. So that's very common. Right?
Yeah,
So,
it is.
yeah, so we do have options, but one of the things we have to do is I guess we're going to have to give up this beautiful apartment at Marpaz. We love it here. We love the people, the managers, the owners.
The owners are so very nice and very easygoing, and the apartment is very nice, very clean, quiet.
Yeah, it's better than anything we've ever had in the States. I mean, and just the feel of it in the community. All the people that live here are great. They're, just really nice.
How about we just go stay here?
You want to just stay here and just forget your green
Just
card?
forget about it. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, well, with the politics in America over the last 30, 40 years, it's getting pretty dismal. And they are losing their the love around the world, let's put it that way. But yeah, we feel liberated being here. And but it's my homeland, and I have a right to do what I want to do over there, too. So we're going to exercise our rights because they say if you don't exercise your rights, you're going to lose them. So we're going to exercise our rights, and we'll decide what we're going to do with the United States.
Yeah, I love
it's not going to be up to them. We're going to decide if you want to become a citizen, you just become one because you've earned the right.
Yeah.
Because you're married to me, and we have a child over there, and we've complied with all their rules. Mm-hmm. And if we decide not to, we'll just give it up and live free.
I want to live free.
Yep. A lot of options out there, so you don't have to be constrained if you don't want to be.
I don't want to be like in a cage, like a lot of rules, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, who wants to be told how long you can stay outside the country?
I know, I don't want that.
Who wants to be told what countries you can visit and which countries you can't?
Yeah.
What do you want to say to everybody?
I want to say that, do you know, guys, that I have a boyfriend?
You don't have a boyfriend.
I do, it's Auden.
Oh, you got a boyfriend?
Oh,
When?
It's Auden.
Oh, Adam in San Diego.
Yeah,
Really?
I miss my boyfriend.
You miss Adam?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, Adam was your first boyfriend that you ever met when you were about 2 years old or 3 years old. What was it?
Yeah.
She was such a little one.
You were like 3 at that time.
Yeah.
And wait, no, it's 3 and 4.
So, you want to say goodbye?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you in the next video.
Yeah.